best advice for a fat ex-powerlifter that moved from the UK to Florida and struggling to change my mindset and feel like my old self because of gaining weight due to eating like a slob and work, family commitments, making it difficult to get to the gym.
You got to reestablish that habit.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. You know, you've completely fallen out of habit. You've gotten comfortable. You're eating all the good food. You're not exercising. You're living that. What's the best word to say? I don't know. You're living a comfortable life, bud, and you got to kind of break out of that, which is hard because we want to stay in our comfort zone.
Yeah. I think coming from a powerlifting background too, I don't know if this guy has, or girl, whatever, assuming guy, has competed or anything too. I feel like very often in powerlifting though, we put everything, like we do everything to get ready on the platform, right? We have this like extraneous goal to like, I want to total X amount of weight. You get all the way over here, you compete that day, and then you're like back to step one. And like every motivation you had for the 12 to 18 weeks or something prior, like, okay, that's gone.
Especially if you hit those numbers on the platform.
Especially if you hit those numbers. So then it's like, what do I do now? And I feel like it's something I see, it's something I dealt with coming from like, well, I powerlifted for a little bit. So like now I'm trying to reestablish like, what does fitness even look like? Like I had no desire to work out.
Right. There's way more forms of fitness out there than just powerlifting. But whenever you've been doing it for so long, you kind of get stuck in it and your mind just draws blanks. You know that there's martial arts and bodybuilding and strongman and even CrossFit and all these other things.
Yeah.
But for some reason you're just, what do I do now? I'm lost. I don't really know what to do.
Yeah. And even with this, you know, you're talking about family commitments and stuff, like, cool, you powerlifted. You even called yourself an ex-powerlifter. So I'm assuming like maybe you don't want to powerlift anymore. We've talked about this before. Like, what are some other things that you can enjoy that's going to help motivate you? But also talking about, you have family commitments now. Like think about what your health does for your family. If you have children, how do your children see you taking care of yourself? Like that right there as a father, like motivates the heck out of me.
You have a responsibility to exercise as a father. For one, you're leading by example. You're showing your kids like, hey, this is what you need to do because it's what everyone needs to be doing. But also you're becoming healthier. You're going to live longer. Yeah. You're going to be able to play with your kids more. You're going to have more energy in general to spend time with your family. So sacrificing 45 minutes to 60 minutes a few times a week in order to bring a better quality of life to you and your family, that's the way to look at it. And you're 100% on that. You use your family as motivation to get back into the gym and reestablishing a new goal. He probably doesn't have a goal right now.
No.
And especially if he's an ex-powerlifter, the goal was to hit these numbers on the platform with squat, bench, and deadlift.
Yeah.
Well, if you're overweight, create a new weight loss goal. Okay, I want to lose 40 pounds by the end of the year, which this is December, so let's go ahead and set this for next year. I want to lose 40 pounds.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks, bud. Get to work.
Yeah.
But you have a new goal, and you set a time frame on that. That's the most important thing, is to set a time frame, because if you just say, I want to lose 40 pounds, well, if you don't decide when you want to lose that 40 pounds by, it's going to take you 10 years. Yeah. And also, you're not going to stick with it. You're going to fall off track.
Yeah, and find accountability. You know what I mean? If you try to get back into the gym, find somebody that's going to hold you accountable for those things. You know
maybe
what I mean?
Find a buddy that needs a workout partner. Yeah.
And the last thing I want to say about this is talking about like eating like a slob. Like obviously nutrition is a huge part of us being healthy in life. And you guys talked about it before I came on the podcast before. Like if you're having trouble with nutrition, like do other things in life that's going to help you be consistent with things like making up your bed. Like, you know what I mean? Like
establish discipline in other aspects of life.
Establish discipline in other aspects of your life. So like the thought of not eating like a slob one day, it's like you don't feel like you have to have this because like you're a disciplined individual.
Well, I think with this guy, he's just in his comfort zone again.
Maybe that's it.
He's eating the good foods. He's not working out and all that stuff. So first thing, get your diet in check. That's the easiest thing to do in all reality. As far as I'm going to meal prep on Sunday, and these are the meals I'm going to eat this week. I'm not going to eat all this other shit food.
Yeah.
So when you kind of get started with that, okay, I'm going to clean up my diet. You can do that immediately. You don't have to go anywhere to do that. You just make a decision. You go to your cabinet and you throw away all the bullshit food that you know you shouldn't be eating.
Like my next meal is going to be healthy.
Yeah, my next meal is going to be healthy. You know, and that if you really want to make that change, throw out all the shit food.
Yeah.
But if you have a family, sit down with the family. Have that conversation with the family. Hey, I'm not happy with my health. I'm not happy that I haven't been working out. I need to make some changes, and I think that we should make a change as a family.
Yeah.
Because it's going to benefit them as well. If you're 100%. Eating healthy and you guys are only buying healthier foods instead of junk food, your kids are going to be eating healthier. Your spouse is going to be eating healthier. Everyone's going to be happier as a result. You're going to have more energy once again and all that good stuff. So it's establishing discipline, like you said. It can be waking up at a certain time. It can be eating healthier. It could be going to the gym 2 days per week. You don't have to go guns blazing right out of the gate. Just, I'm going to go to the gym 1 day this week.
Yeah. I know we want to go through these, but that's the last thing I kind of want to harp on too is sometimes when we're trying to get back into lifting or exercising, training, whatever you want to call it, we decide that we're just going to do it all, right? We're going to go back to what we did back in those glory high school days. You know, we hear people talk about all the time, whatever. It's like, that's the surefire way to lose 100% motivation is when you go to the gym to try to do things and go all out like you did when you were powerlifting or, 5 years ago, only to not be able to do it because your health and your physicality is not there anymore. That's going to upset you to make you not ever want to do it again. You know what I mean?
Well, we see that all the time in January, especially because we own a gym, you know, here in Concord. People come in January and February. I'm going to lose as much weight. I'm going to diet. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do all this stuff. And the first thing I tell these people is, okay, that's way too much right out of the gate. You need to commit to one thing for 60 to 90 days. Develop a new habit with that. In this case, maybe it's just working out 3 days per week. I'm going to work out 3 to 4 days every single week for 90 days.
Yeah.
So 3 months worth. Then once you have a habit of working out again, and then say, okay, now let's clean up the diet.
Yep.
I'm working out. I'm getting juicy. I'm breaking a sweat. What's next?
Yeah.
Clean up the diet.
That's it.
Or you could do it in reverse, whatever it is. But yeah, definitely tackle one thing and then build momentum off that. Start stacking victories. And once you start stacking victories, that's how you gain momentum. That's how you gain motivation. And then this is no longer going to be an issue of, I just don't feel like doing it. It's because it's just what you do.
Yeah.
And it used to be what he did.
Yeah.
He just has to get back into it.
Yeah.
And we all fall in and out of shit. So don't beat yourself up about this, bud. Just get back to it.
Yeah. I'm completely different than I was 5 years ago. Interests are different. You know what I mean? So, cool.